So I've been picking away at the front of the Jeep, the engine, the 258, and just kind of pulling stuff off one at a time. I've already rebuilt the alternator and also the starter. I thought I would just go ahead. I've been looking at this fan here. I think the fan is original. I think the radiator is a replacement. This kind of plastic here, I'm pretty sure that's a replacement. So I don't know what your spacing is going to look like with your particular radiator, but just show you a quick thing of the fan. These 4 bolts came out and they were 13 millimeter. Normally it's stuff is standard, but these are the original bolts, and they were 13. I could fit a 1/2 inch over, but it was kind of tight. They go over the fan connector there that's connected to the main crankshaft, and the bolts were just able to slide out around the. Not that it would have mattered that much, because I think they would have still come out anyway, but I was able to fit the bolts out without messing around with the radiator at all, so they just fit with the fan. And there's 4 of them. These are, I don't know, like 2.5 inches, something like that. I'll show you a close-up of the fan before I start cleaning it off. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do in terms of refinishing it, but I'm just going to clean it up first and see. I could powder coat it, but I don't know. I feel funny about putting a whole layer of paint or coating on the entire thing with this spinning. I mean, I can't add but 1/10 of an ounce. I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I kind of pulled it off before I really thought it through that well, so I'll kind of see what I do here. I'm going to at least try to take care of some of this rust on the finish and these particular areas and get this cleaned up, and probably at least painted. But if I'm going to paint it, I might as well powder coat it. I don't know. Here, I'll just give you a quick close-up before I start messing around with it. I'm going to start off with some soap and water and degreaser and see where I get. So let me just show. So this is the fan. It's kind of nice because it has a little front marker on there just in case. And yeah, there it is. Again, I'm pretty sure this is original. But yeah, it's pretty rusty in there. I don't know, I gotta figure out. I think this is this stuff here will clean up and shine up nicely. But this part here, I'm gonna go ahead and powder coat that part, and I don't know, it'll be what it'll be. But I'm gonna clean it off first, and we'll see. So I dunked it in some degreaser. I only spent about 15 minutes on it. I tried a scrub brush. And then I tried some fine steel wool, and the fine steel wool worked really well. By the way, I couldn't get a socket on those. Again, my radiators, I think, aftermarket, but from the previous owner, I couldn't get a socket on there, so I just had to use my ratcheting wrench here. Take your time. It's a little frustrating because there's no room to really get much in between there. Anyway, so, I mean, it came out really nicely. These shined up really well. There's some, little fine scratches on it, but I'm not going to worry about that. I mean, it's the fan. Again, this piece here, some kind of steel. I think it was painted or something. The rust isn't too bad. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and powder coat this. Because I could sit there and, I mean, I need to sandblast it. And after I sandblast it, well, you got to coat it with something, so might as well be powder coating. I'll probably tape off these because it'll rough up and dull this surface here, and I don't want to mess that up. So I'll do a quick tape up on that. And well, that took entirely too long, but I guess it had to be done if I wanted to keep part of this. I'd taped off every little bit with oven safe, powder coating safe tape and aluminum foil to keep the shiny parts, and then I'm going to go ahead and sandblast, and hopefully there's enough little edges here. Hopefully I don't sandblast off some of the aluminum foil and that sort of thing. So I'm going to have to be real careful when I put it in there. So I got both sides there. Like I said, hopefully that'll hold out pretty well. Highly recommend sandblasting and powder coating if you don't have it and you're working on restoring a car or something like that. I have a couple of videos on how you can do a lot of the building of the stuff, but I mean, it's a decent investment, but nothing beats it when you're talking about sort of durability, but then also just being able to sandblast anything and then powder coat it, and then it's instantly, you don't have to wait. I'm not very good, I'm not a very patient person, so having to wait a day or two for something to fully cure is really not, really does not work well for me. So I'm really enjoying doing the powder coating myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and sandblast this and we'll see how it comes out. So I definitely had a little bit of blowout. I tried to be real careful. I've been touching up with using the oven tape here. I think it came out pretty good. I mean, this isn't going to be perfect, but I'm going to go ahead and shoot it, and I'm probably going to get a couple little spots here and there I may need to touch up, but it's kind of an ugly hack job on taping it off, but for the most part it's going to prevent the powder from getting where I don't want it to get. So let's go ahead and shoot it and see what happens. Alright, here's the big reveal. It just came out of the oven. Again, what's nice about this is that I probably spent, well, with the taping I was going to have to do anyways, whether I painted or powder coated it, but sandblasting and everything, I don't know, about 2 hours, something like that. But yeah, I'm super happy. I mean, this cooled down really quickly. You can tell that the tape kind of melted. I have some overspray here and there, but I'd rather have overspray and be able to sand that off a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all this stuff off, all the aluminum foil and everything. Let's see how good a job I did. The powder coating came out really nicely, so I'm gonna probably spend a little time getting all the tape that kind of baked on. I'm gonna have to scrape that off. I know this isn't a powder coating video, but I don't know, it's just really, again, just really nice how quickly that came out. I got a little bit of overspray around these little corners right here. I'm just going to take a little Scotch-Brite pad or something like that. It's real thin, it's just overspray, so it should come right off and shine right up. But yeah, that's really nice. When I get this all cleaned up and ready to go, I'll come back and show. Alright, I'd probably spend a little bit way too much time taking a razor blade and cleaning off and scrubbing and scotch-briting it and everything, but it turned out really nice. I probably could have saved a ton of time had I just rattle canned it, because the tape and the aluminum foil just held up sparingly in the sandblasting cabinet. So yeah, it just took me a little bit of extra time there, but again, this will be far more durable than anything I could have gotten out of rattle can, and I probably would have had to wait a day or two to put this in. But I redid the 4 bolts. I'm probably going to, I went ahead and sandblasted the top, the wire wheeled it, and put a little wax coating on there to prevent them from rusting. I'll probably use a little blue Loctite on the bolts. Again, these are 13mm before I put them in. Also, so the fan, yeah, the fan came out fantastic, so I'm really happy with it. One interesting thing is at the bottom here, there's an 0698 listed there. I'm not sure if you can see it right there. And I started looking online. That looks like it's a date or production date, or it could just be a number. So it's possible a previous owner put in a new fan blade. I looked online and I tried to find a fan blade that looked like this even in 98 Jeeps, and I couldn't find what it is. So it's possible this is not original. If you happen to watch this video and have any information on that, let me know. But I don't know why they would switch out the fan blade. It's a 258. Pretty sure it's the original motor, so no idea. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pop these back in, and then yeah, should be good to go. Okay, there it is. Pretty unexciting. It's a fan blade, but it's all nice and shiny and pretty now. On to the next thing.